Students, in my last video related with the chapter French society during late 18th century, I discussed the topic related with Louis XVI, his personal, political and administrative disadvantages, where we went through the feudal system, the taxes, how the taxes was increased. Now in this video, I'll be going through the struggle to survive and a growing middle class and emphasis and into the privilege. The struggle to survive. I will discuss this topic in three divisions. The first is related with the increase in population, then we will go to workers and laborers, and finally subsistence crisis. The population of France rose from 23 million in the year 1715 to 28 million in the year 1789. And this led to rapid increase in the demand for food grain, and production of food grain could not keep pace with the demand, so the prices of essential food materials rose rapidly. Workers and laborers that was employed in factories did not keep pace with the rise in the price of essential foods, because with the increase of food prices their payments for work was fixed and they could not keep pace with increased prices of food. So the gap between the rich and the poor widened. Things became more worse whenever drought or hail reduced the harvest. There was crisis within the peasant, workers, laborers, landless farmers for minimum level of food for survival during the old Reign of France. This is what we call it an subsistence crisis. Crisis for minimum level of food. There was protest against the increasing tax and for regular food scarcity by peasants and workers, but it was not successful. So this was left to a group within the third states who were prosperous and had education and new ideas. The chapter named this group as a middle class. Let's know about the history of middle class. There was protest against the increasing tax and for regular food scarcity by peasants and workers, but it was not successful. So this was left to a group within the third estate who were prosperous and had education and new ideas. The chapter named this group as a middle class. Let's know who are these middle class people. Within the third estate in 18th century witnessed the emergence of traders and businessmen who earned their wealth through trade, business and manufacturing. They either manufacture goods such as wool and silk materials that are exported or bought by rich members of the society. In this third state also included professionals such as lawyers, administrative officials. All of these educated professionals, businessmen and traders of third estate believe that no group in the society should be privileged by birth or given importance through the old feudal system, like giving importance to the title, lords, duke, barons. Rather, a person's social position must depend on his own merit. So this idea of the wealthy and prosperous members of the third estate encourage a society based on freedom and equal laws and opportunities for all. At that period, these ideas were also forwarded by philosophers like John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau. John Locke, in his two treatises of government, he proved that the divine and absolute right of a king is a wrong concept to administrate a nation. In his writing, he proposed government based on social contract between people and their representative. At that stage, the concept of equality and freedom was also popularized through the spirit of the law by Montesquieu, who proposed a division of power within the government through legislative, executive, and judiciary. This model of government was put in force in USA during that stage, after the 13 colonies declared their independence from Britain. The American Constitution and its guarantee of individual rights was an important example for political thinkers in France. These ideas of wealthy people of the third estate and philosophers were discussed intensively in saloons and coffee houses and spread among people through books and newspapers. These were frequently read aloud in groups for the benefit of those who could not read and write. The news that Louis XVI planned to impose further taxes to be able to meet the expense of the state generated anger and protest against the system of privilege, or generated anger and protest by the people of third states against the people of first and second states and against the king Louis XVI.